Hello and welcome to another Naval Alliance video. My name is Midshipman Slack and today we're doing a very similar replay to my previous video where you'll see two clips. One of me playing not particularly well, and then the second clip where I try and rectify those mistakes I made. Now in this one I'm learning from others. So unlike my last one, which I was self-analysing to try and improve my gameplay, this one I'm actually learning from others. And the first point I got was from a fellow YouTuber, Darkwing Glacier, who analysed one of my Anshan replays and gave me some good tips. And you might have just spotted it there. I am using the middle mouse wheel to go in and out, in and out. Now the game in the background is watching me in a T22. And yeah, I at this point hadn't actually fully unlocked her, and you're only sailing as 7-point captain, so that's why my detection radius is pretty large. And we're kind of the final throes of this game. We're trying to chase down this kamikaze arm, me and the Omaha, and sure enough, we get him. Now that was one very dangerous cookie. He had already done a double strike and was on to a Kraken, so it's kind of nice sometimes to take a steel clubber out of the game. So we are trying to keep these two battleships back. The odds are stacked against us. So it's 4v2, but we can do it. I'm not including the carrier because it's only tier 4 and they don't do very much. And I'm deliberately trying to lay my smoke screen here to help the Omaha disengage from this flank, because we really need to do that, because these two guys are starting to push back. And that's why I also use my torpedoes. Typical timing, not very good. There we are, my torpedoes. Joys of replays. And I know I'm not actually going to hit these guys, but I'm using them to push them back. And sure enough, they are turning round. And it's all very well and good, because guess what's coming up on the other flank? Oh yes, we have a low health cruiser and a Koenig. And there you are, I'm using the middle mouse wheel. Now that's not great because it takes a lot of time to get that zoom in and out, and it can actually cost you precious seconds. You should really use the shift key, which is bind to actually just do it instantly. So yeah, unfortunately our Omaha friend got detonated and is out of the game. So it's just me v this Koenig, low health Koenig. Now this is a fight in my favour. I've got the detection on this guy, I have torpedoes, and there you have, I'm lining them up, you know, trying to make sure. But you know what, I've got a little bit of detection radius to play with, so I'm pushing ever closer. My second mistake of the game. So we're pushing, notice the range is slowly getting closer and closer and closer. This is helping the battleship out more and more and more, because I am focusing fire. I'm getting target fixation here, and it was a term that came across in the Vietnam War when they used to use lights on helicopters, and they end up, well, one helicopter had a huge light to focus on the enemy, the other helicopter would then attack the light where it was shining, but they ended up sometimes ploughing to the ground. And the range is getting closer. The secondaries are now doing me an ugly one. Yes, they're only tier 5 secondaries, but equally I'm half health and I'm destroyer. They can do serious amounts of damage to me. And sure enough, come out for the torpedo strike, send a set of torpedoes out, and yeah, he's changed his course and speed. What are the chances of them actually hitting? And sure enough, I've had to repair the fire. I'm trying to slow down myself, thinking I had smoke. I don't, which is just a bit of a misplay. There's no real learning point from that. And sure enough, I'm so close that even his dispersion takes me out the game. But something very interesting happens in chat, and I will actually increase that for you guys to show. Yeah. Destroyer, predict the turning of which you've been turned. And I knew this. I was absolutely livid with this guy. He's telling me what to do. Why is he doing that? And I say, I know. Because he turned, he's just telling me exactly what I've known. But I realised he's actually trying to help me here. He should be what? fire one set of torpedoes and then fire the other set to know when he has actually turned. Ah, a learning point. Plus, getting into secondary range when I cut. And then I realised, said, yeah, I got into secondary gun range when I shouldn't have done. And I said, actually, anything else? I was being a little bit flippant here, but he's taking it the right way. And sure enough, he does give me more advice. Come on. There. Yeah. Don't use them on a ship which is coming towards you because you don't get enough. And then when they turn to fire them that way. So wait till they've turned before sending your torpedoes off. I'm like, ah, this guy actually is really trying to tell me what to do. That's really nice. I'm actually learning from others here. Not just Darkwing with his analysis, but this guy in chat. I'm like, thank you very much. Send him a nice little compliment. I wish that just come up when you get viewed, when you receive a compliment. And then, so basically everything, I'm saying, being a little bit flippant against it, I've did everything wrong. And he comes back with something even more positive. So he comes back and says, no, you did actually pretty well. You used your smoke very well and you survived later on into the game. So he's given me reaffirmance of what I did right, and he's actually given me some sound advice of what I did wrong. That doesn't happen very often, and I'm actually learning from others. So what did I learn in this clip? So I use my smoke to help others. That is what it's there for, or partly what it's there for. What I did wrong was use the middle mouse wheel. Thank you, Darkwing Glacier. I also did not predict the turn of the ships. Wait as long as possible before firing. And thirdly, do not get into secondary gun range of a battleship. Now these sound simple, but he's gone and actually told me that in a manner which I haven't taken too much offence to. Which I haven't taken any offence to be fair. So let's see if I can actually put that into operation. And here we are again. I'm sailing the T-22, and yes, the map's different, but we're using the same 7-point captain and using the same scenario. And maybe I could have been a little bit better with my torp selection there. They're my torps rather than sending in front with friendlies behind. But anyway, what is important here is my actual positioning in comparison to this battleship. I've kept him at range and I'm actually turning away from him. So even if I do speed up, I am parallel to his course, and still can rain fire down on him in actually relative safety. Unlike that Kumar, who has done a bit of a YOLO run to try and take that guy out. And yes, he does get the torpedo hits, but looking at the points, the number of ships on each side, that's brought us down to a 2v4 scenario, not including the carrier. So we're opening up here now, still in safety, still far enough away, keeping that range, out of that secondary fire. And okay, so no, I don't actually kill him, but it's an important factor is what I did there. Moving on, another battleship is actually coming around this corner. Now, I don't actually follow the advice from previously. I fired them before he's made the turn. So I've got a narrower target to actually aim at. And I've also worried about a certain destroyer. There he is, pop up right on cue, who's pushing towards B. And I've got to try and juggle my time between the fire. Now this is where using the shift key would be very useful, but sometimes you can't learn everything straight away. So sorry Darkwing for that. And sure enough, I get a single torpedo hit rather than maybe wait for him to actually commit to a certain turn before firing. That's what I got recommended in the previous clip. So still trying to push away this destroyer. He's definitely going for B cap to try and arrest the cap points to his advantage. It's now firmly in our favour, but I'm still just trying to keep him away, keep him at arm's length. And here we are. I get a second go at this battleship. Now this time I wait. I wait. That guy is committed to the turn for launching all my torpedoes. Now I do all of them because he's now got an island behind him, so he's got nowhere to run. He's committed, so with a bit of luck, fingers crossed in all these games, doesn't change his speed, and I actually get the kill. So sure enough, I open up because he's already spotted it anyway, so I might as well shoot. Yes, it's a little dangerous, but I'm far enough away. I'm outside his secretaries, and sure enough, 1 strike and 2 strikes, and he has had to turn. But now I'm beating his gun traverse, so I can fire with complete safety, even without a smoke. And sure enough, I get the killing blow of the game. So I show you this time round live that I actually took advice from both a fellow Naval Alliance member, although I didn't quite pull that one off using the middle mouse wheel. I also took the advice from that other player, which doesn't happen very often in game, to be fair, and he gave me a good rundown of what I did right and what I did wrong. And hopefully I can show you I've tried to take that information and try applied it to another game, and this time becoming victorious. So I hope you enjoy that, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.